Come out this week, stop next week. No, you have to be consistent with what you're doing. I'm located at 34 Whitehall Avenue. So you can come and buy. Contact Chin's Touch of Beauty or Chin Kingdom on Instagram. And on TikTok, Chin's Touch of Beauty.
Next week, we continue our quest to give small businesses an avenue for success.
But until then, for small biz, big dreams, I'm Kevin Black.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Thanks for joining us for CVM News at Noon. It's Wednesday, the 1st of July, 2026. I'm Amoy Harriet. There's an appeal this afternoon for the Education Ministry to implement clear graduation policies that protect the rights of students. The appeal comes just days after reports emerged that several students at Ascot Primary School were not allowed to wear graduation gowns during their ceremony because they didn't achieve high scores in the recent PEP examinations. Speaking Tuesday on CVM's Lead Story Prime, Youth Policy Committee Chair for lobby group For Children Foundation, Sabrina Barnes, argued that the ministry's public condemnation of the incident is not enough. Now, 1 week ago, Venezuela was struck by two powerful earthquakes measuring 7.2 and 7.5 in magnitude, leaving communities devastated and triggering a massive search and rescue operation. In the immediate aftermath of the earthquakes, writer and blogger in Caracas, Victor Drax Kyoto, joined CVM TV and offered a sobering assessment. He warned that the full scale of the disaster was likely far greater than the initial report suggested, particularly in remote areas where communications had been cut off. A week later, the story has shifted from the immediate shock of survival to the longer, more complex challenge of recovery. Tuesday on Lead Story, Mr. Kyoto gave us an update about what is daily life in the communities that suffered the greatest damage.
Everybody over here is focused on helping, and that is a silver lining of this whole situation. Shelters and centers for supplies are reporting that, guys, we need to get organized because we are getting, some centers have too much food but not enough medicines. Others have a lot of medicines but not enough food, and that reflects a bit of that. Everybody over here.
To news now in the nation's parliament. There were fire scenes in the House of Representatives Tuesday as opposition members chanted, "We must be heard," after Leader of Opposition Business Philip Paulwell rose to speak but was denied the floor. The Speaker insisted Paulwell take his seat, but opposition MPs continued their chants in defiance, pressing for their voices to be heard. The standoff comes amid ongoing tensions between the government and opposition members, with members of the People's National Party accusing the Speaker of the House of bias and silencing debate. The disruption forced a pause in proceedings as chants echoed across the chamber, underscoring the deepening discord in Parliament. Now, suspension of trading in the shares of Kintar Holdings JA Limited and Atlantic Hardware Plumbing Company Limited. The Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE, has advised that it has taken the decision to immediately suspend trading in the shares of both Kintar Holdings and Atlantic Hardware and Plumbing Company Limited, pending the submission of their December 31, 2025 audited financial statements, which were due on March 31 of this year. Both companies' submissions are currently 91 days overdue. The JSE Junior Market Rule states, quote, companies with audited financial statements which are 90 days overdue shall have trading in their shares suspended until the reports are submitted to the exchange. Now, given the above, both companies' shares are suspended effective July 1, 2026 until the reports are submitted. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, has added 4 new water trucks to their fleet. This announcement was made during the handing over ceremony on Tuesday. Executive Director Audley Gordon marked the moment as historic, highlighting the government's never-failing commitment to the organization.
They need the right material and mechanical support. And the current government, by any measurement, have never failed to give that support. And so here we are this morning. I welcome you. This brief ceremony is very significant. It is very significant because it is historic. Each region will be equipped with a brand new water truck.
National Security and Peace Minister Dr. Horace Chang has again taken a swipe at the opposition over recent remarks which suggested that the TCN arrangement with the U.S. would funnel criminals into the country amid a decline in the murder rate. Dr. Chang insists there's no room for criminals of any kind in Jamaica and there's no truth to the claim, adding that the hard-fought gains of the security forces will be maintained.
The levels of fear in Jamaica appear to be on the decline, thanks to the progress made by the security forces, a shift that has been seen in business confidence and continued reductions in major crimes. That's how the National Security and Peace Minister Dr. Horace Chang summed up the efforts of the security forces and the declines since 2025 during his sectoral address Tuesday.
The peace dividend is real. It is visible in the community that are seeing fewer murders, fewer shootings, fewer acts of violence, and are active in their communities. Whether the grandmother going to church, prayer meeting on Wednesday night now without fear, or the young men playing football until late, or the men playing dominoes on the street light or on the shop plaza, at all without fear, are being shot by marauding criminals. It is visible in families who can breathe a little easier, in business that can operate with greater confidence, and in young people who can begin to imagine a future not defined by fear.
Dr. Chang sought to assure the public that absolutely no criminal or those associated with them will be safe in Jamaica. Then a segue, another counter regarding critics' remarks on the controversial TCN agreement with the USA.
Absolutely no criminal or those associated with them will be safe or comfortable to operate in Jamaica. If I digress a little bit, Madam Speaker, there are some who are perpetuating a little myth about a particular agreement, which I'm not going to debate or raise today in any way. But to consider that I would bring criminals into Jamaica from anywhere of any kind, after doing all we have done, to reduce crime and violence. It's ridiculous, Madam Speaker.
The Deputy Prime Minister shares there's a new order in Jamaica, adding Jamaica's worked too hard to protect its people. Dr. Chang says the Holness administration is committed to maintaining those gains.
The reality is that no criminal will find a safe haven anywhere in Jamaica while this government is here, while I'm sitting in this seat. None of any color or creed anywhere from where they are from. Those who are Jamaican citizens have a pride in Jamaica. They come back and understand there's a new order in place in Jamaica. We welcome them as our brothers and sisters, but they'll have to remain within the order and behave themselves.
It's time now for a break. Stay with us.
Show on Earth is here, and Fan Central goes into extra time for 39 days right throughout FIFA's Showpiece tournament, with a Pepsi in hand, of course. Catch the playbook with a tactical breakdown from our expert coaches. Come sit in our fan corner where you have your say on the day's action. Fame or shame, who were the best or worst players of the day, and have a laugh as we share some of the best reactions on social media. After the final whistle, it's extra time. Fan Central Extra Time. 8 p.m. daily with 10 p.m. shows on select days where there are 8 p.m. match kickoffs.
Fan Central Extra Time is brought to you by the Pepsi Football Nation, where fans make the rules. Football, better with Pepsi.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Welcome back to CVM News at Noon. We are continuing the news. Jamaica's economy narrowly avoided contraction in 2025, recording growth of just 0.1% after the devastating impact of Hurricane Melissa, according to the latest Economic and Social Survey Jamaica released by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ. The report says the economy had been projected to grow by 2.2% during the 2025-26 fiscal year before the Category 5 hurricane struck the island on October 28, wiping out an estimated 3.9 percentage points of expected growth. The hurricane triggered a 7.1% contraction in economic activity during the October to December quarter, ending 3 consecutive quarters of growth and leaving the country's overall annual performance virtually flat. The PIOJ says Hurricane Melissa caused widespread damage to infrastructure, businesses, agriculture, and tourism, forcing the government to redirect resources toward relief and reconstruction. As a result, the report warns that higher public spending and a slower growth are expected to place increased pressure on Jamaica's fiscal and debt targets in the short term. Now, despite the setback, the PIOJ notes that the economy demonstrated resilience amid both the hurricane and ongoing geopolitical tensions that disrupted global trade and supply chains. The controversial Ascot Primary segregated graduation ceremony has sparked mixed reactions among parents, with some defending the principal's decision while others question the school's approach. More details from Natasha Williams.
One parent who asked not to be named described the school's graduation policy as one that prepares students for responsibility rather than focusing solely on PEP results.
There are other things behind the purpose of the children, the behavior. The principal is trying to move and the parents them know about it before it happened. So why him tell you and you still go ahead and pay the money? You should not have done that. So it's your fault.
So another one is, what message do you think this decision has on the children?
No, miss, let me tell you what message. What he's trying to do is preparing them for the high school, because sometimes you have to teach them. Teach them, that's mean to say when they go high school, then we prepare and be more responsible. Then we more want to do them work, because miss, the children them terrible bad.
Okay.
You hear? But we as parents, man, come on. Miss, if you don't agree, tell me now. If you go there, so go buy something now. And them tell you the price. You go there, go buy it, and them don't tell you the price. The principal don't tell them about it. So why? Why? Because to me, them shouldn't do it.
Okay.
What they have done, they're trying to get, you have to have a strict principal. This principal is strict and is, and me tell you something, so when them send them come to school, him find them yard.
Okay.
And him go for the children them. Him show them love.
That parent later argued that the complaints are largely driven by disappointment over not receiving a refund.
They say to him that they want back half of the money. But you look at you, them not get the half of the money, and that's the problem.
Also stating that the principal is preparing students for the expectations of high school, adding that a graduation gown does not define a child's success.
You have children from here, story. You have children here who attend this school and through the same kind of behavior, but them graduating and not stoppage never put to it. They get kicked. 4 high school kick them out because the high school don't want them. So what I'm trying to do, them not understand experience and say, I try to show them a point, say study, work hard, and you realize them still graduating, but I'm going to go no make no difference.
Another parent went on to add that they understand both perspectives, but believes the issues has been presented unfairly.
I don't appreciate what they're saying, because based on the information that I have, the parents were aware. We understand where the situation was. Did anybody find out if everybody paid the same amount of money and all of these things? The view, it seems very one-sided to me.
In the meantime, Secretary of the School's Parent Teachers Association said that the PTA body does not have a say in the graduation matter. Natasha Williams, CVM News.
Now let's revisit that earlier story where Fui Children Foundation are appealing to the Education Ministry to implement clear graduation policies that protect the rights of students.
The Fui Children Foundation doesn't want to see the Ministry of Education mere condemn. We are a foundation. We can't just condemn. But you have the power to authorize, to give guidelines, and also to see that before the graduation period, that all things are set in place so children understand, parents understand, and even the school authorities understand what the graduation ceremonies are supposed to be like.
We just showed a picture a moment ago of a letter that had been sent by a parent before this graduation exercise raising concerns. Is this a time the ministry should have intervened?
The ministry knew about the situation, so yes, the ministry should have intervened. But even prior to that, ministry understands that this is graduation time, and these situations that are happening right now are not new. So we need to understand where we have gaps and where people are feeling left out, where there's exclusion and where there's limitation of rights, that we need guidelines and we need policies to rectify it. And that is the responsibility of the Ministry of Youth and Education.
Regional leaders boldly reaffirmed their commitment to building more resilient and sustainable Caribbean communities during the 2026 Caribbean Urban Forum in Kingston. The 15th such staging of this forum surrounded the theme On the Front Lines, Rethinking Resilience and Recovery in the Caribbean. Crystal Williams reports.
Kingston's Mayor Andrew Swaby says properly resourced local government systems pack the potential to create future-ready cities and protect a municipality's most vulnerable residents. He was speaking at the 15th Caribbean Urban Forum that concluded on Friday at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston. The event provided a platform for discussions on climate adaptation, disaster recovery, urban governance, housing, and sustainable development.
Resources and decision-making processes. Local government presents us a critical platform for building truly resilient, equitable, and future-ready cities. For the KCMC, this declaration reflects our own commitment to strengthening urban resilience, improving disaster preparedness, promoting sustainable development, protecting vulnerable communities, and ensuring that our city is equipped to meet the challenges of the future.
The mayor urged participants to move beyond discussion and focus on implementing practical solutions. He challenged cities and organizations represented at the forum to commit to at least one resilience or adaptation initiative within the next 6 months.
Today, we also reaffirm Kingston's willingness to play a leading role in advancing regional cooperation among our municipalities. We stand ready to share experiences, learn from our Caribbean neighbors, and work alongside local authorities throughout Jamaica and the wider region to advance practical solutions that strengthens our cities and improve the quality of life of our people.
The conference concluded with the adoption of the Kingston Declaration, committing regional stakeholders to strengthening partnerships for better urban governance, disaster preparedness, climate resilience, and sustainable development across the Caribbean. The organizers hailed CUF 2026 a success, saying it bolstered regional collaboration and advanced discussion